Alright, boys and girls, so I'm getting ready for a brush hogging job here. It's on a near a vertical hill, and it's for the local Boy Scout camp, the gun range bank. I'm going to clear some saplings and stuff off of it. It's just kind of like brush and jaggers. So I'm going to need to dual some stuff up. My plan at the moment is I'm going to take my 58 Li up. I'll have to add some duals and put some bolts back in the mower deck. Apparently this thing is falling apart. This is my original mower deck though. I've used it a lot. The 63 Li I bought in December already has a brush hog on it. I just put the chains on it. I need some air in the inner duals. It has remote PTO, which is nice, and it starts really nice. That's awesome. So, but I knew there was something. But I need a full-length rear guard for on the mower deck, which I have none of extra. So, what I think I'm going to do for the moment is I think I'm just going to, I know it sounds stupid, but it's going to be just as easy, swipe the whole mower deck off this 65 C8 and put it on there, and I'll take the dual wheel spacers and put on whatever other mower I want to take. I kind of want to get the other 63 Li. That is 4 serial numbers off from the other one, and take them two and work them, because why not? So that's a thought, and maybe I'll just put the 58 together with chains and leave it singled up, or maybe I'll take the postal Li. I don't know. My plans are changing as they go because I just don't have a rear guard. I've thought about unbolting the rear guard off of, this is the 44L I built out of parts, because I don't use that tractor hardly at all. I even think I probably have started it in the last couple years. It's just my thoughts. Anything that has oil pressure problems I really don't want to take. 58 kind of does if it gets really hot. Has low oil pressure, but it's a low volume oil pump, so not surprised. So anyhow, I'm going to think through this some more. Oh, and the other 63 Li needs a long rear guard on the mower deck. So 6 dozen of one, half dozen of the other. Pretty much 3/4 cooked chicken already, no matter how I do this. So yeah, I'm going to think about this for a little bit. The hills are so steep that I don't want to take a Kohler powered tractor. That'd be a good way to blow them up. So if I could magically find some rear 30-inch guards, that would be nice. I dug through my whole pile. I have all short ones. I have chain guards. I have the slope guards for on the front. The slope guards won't work in the back because see, they'll hit the tires. And I don't want that. So anywho's, tomorrow's project. Alright boys, something I don't think I've ever really talked about or how I like to do this, but when I'm setting up to do a brush hog job, and this is brush hogs in general with the L's, LIs, L8s, Gravely's, you get the point, the Gravely motors. So this job here is a really steep hill, so I'm going to run duals and chains on the outside, because that's all I really have is chains for the outside of the duals. For on this hill, I want Gravely motors because they're pressure lubricated, so that'll keep the motors oiled, the transmissions oiled, and above all the engines lubricated on a severe slope within reason. Obviously you turn it upside down, it ain't gonna oil, but that's a whole different side of the party. But anywho's, the brush hog itself, I'm going to be chewing on a lot of saplings and some jagger bushes and stuff, so it's not detrimental to have a sharp blade like if you are cutting grass. If you're cutting grass, you want a sharp blade. Since I'm going into saplings and rough areas, the heavy 3/8 brush blade on all the mower decks. And you don't want the mower the whole way down. It would actually be preferable if it was cutting high, but this is a nice medium right here. This is where I cut grass with all the time. And when you're doing saplings, sticks, brush and stuff, always have a full height rear guard on. Actually, one time I was mowing with a sulky with a regular grass blade on with my 70 custom convertible, and I actually broke a blade in half. Actually broke it real close where the washers are, right there on the blade. And when that thing come off, it took that rear guard and it drove it back 2 inches off the back of the deck. It horseshoed it. So I am so glad that I had a rear guard on that day, and luckily I was on a sulky, so even if I would not have, I would have saved my feet, hopefully. But that's just a reminder to you guys that a rear guard is always a good idea. I have done it in high field grass. I have removed the guard just to let it discharge out the back, but even then I'd recommend putting a half height shield on just to keep yourself safe. And I think what might be better would be a chain guard, but you can't really put a chain guard to the rear because obviously you guys can see at the length that would add. It adds, I'd probably say 2.5 to 3 inches. I can measure one, but I don't have it handy, of length to the rear, so it would end up hitting the tires. You wouldn't have as much swivel with it, and it would probably hit the tires beforehand. Let me see here. Smarter guy would have had this set up beforehand, but I don't. But if you put that guard on the rear, I'm pretty sure it would hit the tires. But that would be the ultimate thing to have on the rear, because it would let the grass discharge underneath, but it would stop stuff from projectiling at you. The other thing I like to have is a ramp PTO, which this tractor doesn't have, but it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. As long as the PTO goes in, stays in, and it comes out fairly easy. That's all I really care about. And the other thing is a handlebar kill switch, which I don't have on this tractor either, but I may afro-engineer one up here, or at least I will put one in the end of the handlebar so I can push it and kill the motor. And I have a bunch of those over there, so I may do that to this tractor yet. I'll just have to fish a wire down through here. Does this have a hole in it? No. Hasn't been drilled for it, so. But anyhow, that's what I do setting up for a brush hog job. So this 63 Li right here. The only thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to check the oils in the transmission and the mower. I'm going to chain up the duals. I see about rigging up a kill switch, and then I'm going to get it running here and make sure everything's kosher on it and it's working good. And then the 263 LIs will be good for battle, and I'll go start in the postal. Alright, boys and girls, going to try and get the 63 Li fired up, this one. All I've done off camera to prep for trying to start it is I made sure it had gas in the tank, and I put the spark tester on it, turned it over by hand twice, and it seems to have spark. Kind of inconsistent, but it's hard to say. If it'll fire up and run, I don't really care. Wouldn't seem like I got real good compression, but valve might just be hung up a little bit. So we'll try like that and see what happens. It's acting like it's got a stuck valve. Not liking my odds, guys. I don't know if it's a stuck exhaust valve or a stuck intake valve. There we got a little bit of compression. Yep, now I got compression. The valve's stuck shut. Alright, see what happens. Ease up on the choke a little bit. I can smell some fuel. Could get the electric start card out, but I don't have a free battery at the second. Battery was the other 12G. I might have to belt starter. I think I'm going to have to. Darn it. I don't got a battery. Alright. Take her outside, let the other 63 belt starter. I'm going to give it 1 or 2 more pulls outside here, and then I'll start the other one up. This was a really good running tractor. I put another cylinder on it back in the day. What else did I do to it? It's the only thing I really remember, but I remember it being a really nice tractor. I want an elbow to this, or a handlebar to the side. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. See how this 63 starts up. I know how it started the other day. There you go, both sitting there purring like some kittens. So, alright guys, it's getting pretty close to 5 o'clock here on Sunday, and as you guys can see, I have a mess everywhere. So, I gotta get working on some stuff. So anyhow, later guys. I still got one more tractor I wanted to run.